What's going on? Drew Carrick, the rapping CPA, technical advisor on PBC. If you've been following along, I've been giving a little bit of insight into what went on during the production, about some of the accounting jokes and accounting terminology, explaining as best I can in layman's terms what exactly it is that was going on through our mind as we're trying to create an entertaining show for accountants and still make it appealing to everybody. It's the same way. When you see a show about doctors, you don't need to be in the medical profession. When you see a show about law enforcement, you don't need to be a lawyer or a cop in order to understand it. You still get enjoyment out of it. So this is sort of connecting the dots. So let's dive into episode 5.
What adds exclamation point, dollar sign?
Good one. Oh, dollar sign. Okay. Ah, great. We're locked down.
Okay.
This is obviously a fruitless adventure that they're going on to try to figure out the password. The odds of you actually ever figuring out the password to get into somebody's files is pretty darn small. Having a cloud-based software would be huge because you could give the auditors view-only access. You can have your accounting staff, anybody be able to go in and identify a transaction and pull the support down, because whenever the transaction occurs, your support can get uploaded and it's just tied to that transaction. So most companies still, even as we talk about being in the future, very few actually walk the walk.
Should we try the partner? Maybe we can get his phone number off of the website.
Oh, I have his cell.
Well, how do you have his cell? Oh.
Everyone hooks up in audit. Long hours, small rooms, inside jokes.
When you're in a small audit room, especially late at night, you have your happy hours, everybody's kind of bonding. These things naturally just sort of occur. Not a good idea.
Do people hook up and audit? Are you gonna blur my face or give me a deep voice for this? Because I haven't.
I know actually a lot of love stories that have happened because people work together in public accounting or in private. Can't stop love, right? That's the moral of the story.
Hi, Shaq. Wow, really love what you've done with the place. I'm just popping in to say hello. And to also see when that accounts payable testing might happen to be finished.
So in most instances of fraud, it's due to management pressure on the auditors trying to get them to overlook something, and it basically ruins this thing called the independence. You have to ensure that you are independent from the client. For example, I was not allowed to work on the New York City audit because my father worked for New York City in a position where I had a bias on how I would view the financial statements if I was to be reviewing it. In this case, obviously, though, we have Tracy, who is literally sexually convincing Shaq to basically ruin that independence that he had by having some sort of relationship form here.
Everyone's kind of eager to get things buttoned up, and I was hoping that maybe you and I could stay late and go over it together.
Oh, yeah, no, I think I could definitely stay up.
Ooh, no, I like that. Well, in that case, then, it's settled. We'll finish the disbursement review, and then we'll unwind.
All right. Oh, Shaq Attack is back!
Only thing I gotta say about that is, huzzah, dude. If you know, you know.
I mean, that's pretty much it. I bet the rest of my money and my phone on a straight flush, thought I had it. Dude next to me, jabroni, has a royal flush. Like, what are the odds? Well, shit, the odds are 2,200,268.
I know so many people who work in the accounting industry who are degenerate gambler because they will bet on everything. What color is the Gatorade gonna be during the Super Bowl? What's the coin toss gonna be before a game? Every little thing that you can think of, they will bet on. So it's not surprising here that you have Hunter, who is just an incessant gambler.
I'm sorry, we need to wrap up this audit in 2 days, and you have the AP files encrypted on your laptop.
My laptop, the only thing I didn't gamble away.
Wait, you bet away your freedom before your laptop? Impressive.
The laptop is this sacred thing, and you can't leave it in the car. You can't put it at risk of getting spilt on, water on, especially when you have systems that are not cloud-based and everything is just check-in, check-out of files. Really serious note. One woman I know was actually rushed to the hospital, and as she's on the way, she's like, I have the audit cycles on my laptop. We have to get that to the manager. Shit gets real.
Shaq.
just had some growing concerns that I thought you were gonna handle.
Oh, some growing concerns, you say? You said you have some growing concerns that aren't being handled, Shaq.
The ability for an entity to continue operating as a going concern is the phrase that is used when we issue the footnotes to financial statements. And it's always in the disclosures that this company is going to be able to keep operating, which means they're not going bankrupt, they're not about to tank, there's no red flags that are really gonna cause alarm for anybody who's an investor. This was like a layup accounting joke.
Can I tell you what I find most attractive in a man? I love a man who lets himself become overtaken by his animal instincts.
This is a scene that got a lot worse than this. Obviously, this is the safer work version of it.
Okay, well, the faster you get this AP testing done, the faster we can get this finished as quickly as possible.
You notice here that he's just saying tick, tick, tick as he's going through, and he's just sort of clicking down. This is the biggest no-no when it comes to auditing. It's called ghost ticking. Saying that you did the work, but in actuality, you're just putting the check mark, putting the tick mark next to each number saying, yeah, I verified that that's correct. He wants him to just say, yeah, I looked at everything, it's all good, there's nothing more to look at. You as an auditor ghost tick, you're probably getting fired.
Okay, this is really weird because I remember the AP Selections being a janitor company named ABC Cleaners, but right here there was a payment sent out to Spiffy office janitors.
Well, I only know of one janitor.
Yeah. Which means it could totally be.
Oh, bro, that's fraud.
Lindsay, being the ultimate auditor that she is, she picks up on this and she says, all right, this is a red flag, I'm gonna look into this more. Professional skepticism says you have to sort of pay attention to these things and think, maybe this isn't right, I should look into this more.
Holy shit! I'm sorry, I don't usually use that language.
Wow, yeah, that's the first time I've heard you say that.
Sarah is this good girl, this very conservative girl who doesn't curse at all, and here she is and she drops shit and it's like a big to-do.
This is intense.
Somebody finna go to prison.
You see cases of this all the time where money's being siphoned off or money that's apparently going to a charity is actually being taken. Definitely way too easy, especially if you corroborate with other people at the company to kind of get away with. Thanks for watching the Footnotes to PBC. If you haven't seen the full series already, go check it out over here. And also like and subscribe so you can stay up to date with all of our awesome accounting content. As always, stay footed.